Hello traders. So basically what I'm going to be doing here is I'm going to be placing a live trade just to show you guys how you can kind of analyze the market using a strategy that has very simple and clear rules that is easy to follow. And this strategy that I'm talking about is the contraction and expansion strategy. So I'm looking at this currency pair here. I've got my I'm on the Euro CAD currency pair, and I've got a trading opportunity that is ready to go to say, and obviously I'll show you guys in terms of like how to place the trade, where I'm going to put my stop loss, and also where I'm going to put my take profit levels. So the reason I'm placing this trade is because of this thing that I identified here. We've got a little kind of move up there. Actually, it's better to use the paintbrush. We've got a little kind of move up there, and then the market kind of has given us this kind of a contraction, and this contraction usually happens usually basically towards the end of the American session and all the way into the Asian session. And obviously coming out of the Asian session we get a kind of move that I usually call the buyer's trap, and because this move is really straight away, it's going back to the previous low, where it's presenting us with a nice opportunity. So this contraction is the whole point. This is what detects what happens with the trade, and wherever the market breaks out of the contraction, that's usually where the direction that the market is going to take. However, it usually always comes back to the previous structure, and in this case we can see I usually put a line through the middle line of the box. This line is usually the strongest point, or the strongest resistance that the market is going to encounter. So I've got that line over there, I've got my little contraction box here, and I've got my another line here at the bottom of this channel. And obviously the aim is that the market now has already fulfilled all the technical conditions that I'm looking for in terms of like entry confirmation. So, and obviously the first entry confirmation, or the first sign that I look for, is usually the breakout of this box, and the second sign is the market coming back to the previous structure, and now the market coming way back above the center line. Now I would expect the market to kind of give us a little bit of consolidation here in a kind of a buy setup before it finally takes off. However, the fact that it's clearly above the line and there's clearly some momentum here, I'm going to be placing the trade here. So I'm going to switch over to my MT4 account and place the trade here. So I've already got my account on the what's it called, on the EuroCAD. So I'm going to go ahead and place the trade, and obviously I'll talk to you in terms of where the stop loss and the profit levels are going to be. So I'm going to go ahead place that trade. I'm going to use 20 lots because, as you can see, my account is over 40k. So I'm going to go ahead and place the buy order. And in terms of the stop loss, let me bring in my risk to reward so you can see how good the risk to reward ratio on this trade is. These are the kind of trades that I like taking, to be honest with you. With this kind of trades, I can even risk 10-15% of my account, and it's going to be a winning trade. Like, I have no doubt about that. So stop loss is just going to go below that. So as you can see, it's almost 2 to 1, and profit level is going to be way at that structure level. So 50.84, that's where my stop loss is going to be. So stop loss is going to be at 50.84, and the profit level is going to be at 53.41. 53.41. I'm going to go ahead and place those. So as you can see, it's clearly marked out on the chart. Profit level, that's where it's going to be, and if the market gets to the profit level, that's going to be almost more than 50% of my account size in terms of profit. And if it gets to the stop loss level, so as you can see, this is like, I mean, you're gonna have to understand what you're doing before you trade this kind of strategy. You're gonna have to understand how the market works. I mean, like I said, this is one of the strategies that I teach in my Zoom classes, obviously, which you can obviously you guys are free to come and join and see how it actually works, because this is just one out of like probably 10 different contractions that you kind of understand their pattern, you understand their behaviors, and then when they happen, they usually give you results. But obviously, enough talking. We're gonna see how this trade is gonna go. So I'm gonna post this video right now, and I'll come back to you guys once the market has kind of moved towards the profit level. However, I have to stress though, like we do have a kind of a resistance here that I would like to see the market clear that resistance, because obviously if you're looking at this, because one thing about trading, you have to be able to think like the other traders. So in terms of looking at the other traders, I'm looking at this as kind of a head and shoulders. So there is a chance when the market gets to this resistance, we're going to see some kind of a reaction. So hopefully that reaction is going to be in the form of a buy setup. If it's not, if I see any case of a reversal, then I would be exiting my trade. Yeah, so yeah, I'm going to pause the video and I'll come back if the market, whatever, the move the market makes next. Hello traders, welcome back. So just to kind of give you an update on the trade, so we can see the market is clearly starting to move in the direction that I predicted, and obviously we got a little minor correction here, and then the market kind of went up, forming a temporary high. So it's now retracing back onto that previous structure. So if I just drop this down onto the 15-minute chart, you're going to see it clearly. So let me just delete all of these things. So let me just bring it back down to the 15-minute chart. So as you can see how the market has moved, it's kind of just what you would expect really, where the market kind of going up, forming a little structure, creating a new structure high, coming back onto the previous structure, and now we're getting a move that is likely going to go ahead and hit the profit level. So in terms of where we are at now currently, if I go back to the account and I show you guys, so this is the trade that I placed on the account. So currently we're in £4,000 profit, and obviously the expectation is this is going to go all the way to the take profit, which is going to give us a total profit is around £23,000, which is dollars, excuse me, which is going to be close to 50%. So obviously the next move is that as soon as this market goes and create a new structure, breaks that previous structure, I will be moving my stop loss to break even. So I'm gonna pause this video and I'll come back obviously once the market has done that, and I'll move the stop loss to break even. Hello traders, welcome back. So as we can clearly see, the market has kind of broken that level that I identified. So right there, and obviously we kind of had like a much bigger correction here, just a normal flat correction here, and the market has now broken that level. And so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna move my stop loss to break even. I'm gonna go back onto the account, and so as you can see, we're already on nearly $15,000 in profit. I mean, we still got a long way to go. My take profit on this is over 20,000, so we still got about 60 pips to go before we hit that take profit level. However, now it's time to move it to break even, because we've already created, we set a new structure here, and I don't see the market coming back below that structure. If it does that, then obviously it signifies a change in trend from the market itself. So there we go, move your stop loss just to round about break even. And if we go back onto the chart, so now in terms of like the profit level, like I said, I did set my profit level at the previous structure high. That's going to be my initial profit level, but I could make some adjustment depending on how the price action moves, but ideally I would like to be taking my profit between the 127 and the 141 extension, which you can clearly see it's still around that kind of structure level that we have over here. So depending on price action moves, you see how the price action develops once we get there, and if I see any signs of the market kind of reversing, then I might close my position, but obviously I will come back and do that before to show you guys. But yeah, so now it's just a matter of just waiting really, because we're kind of risk free on this trade, and yeah, we just have to wait and see what happens. But yeah, like this type of contractions, they're very, I mean, there's so many different types of contraction that you have to kind of understand how each and every one behave before you can trade it. I mean, the reason why I'm risking so much on this, because this is the type of contraction that whenever it happens, you know, the chances of this contraction yielding a winning trade is almost greater than 90%. But you have to understand, you know, there's just so many you know, types of contractions which you have to be able to understand how each and every one behaves. I mean, that's one of the reasons I do this Zoom trading classes, to kind of teach people how to do that. And so, and if it's your this thing to understand how to trade this strategy, like I said, all you have to do is just come and join us. We have fun. I mean, we do classes on Mondays and Fridays, so in the mornings and evenings, so it doesn't matter what time zone you're at, you know, you can still be able to attend the classes, because I'm telling you, this is one strategy that, you know, is hardly going to give you any pain. I mean, I've been in this since I placed that trade somewhere there. I mean, I've been in profit for the whole time. I mean, I don't have to worry about, you know, getting, you know, worried about the market turning back down or whatever. But as long as you understand what's going on, like this didn't make me panic. I knew the market was correct. I knew it was going to correct, because even when I placed the trade for you, I told you I expect a correction. Just didn't expect the correction to be this this big. But you know, the market does whatever it wants to do. So your job is to be able to put yourself in a position where you can kind of you know, have a plan, have a rule, and stick to it. So put this on a 30 minute. Yeah, so you can see, so this the profit level is just a matter of time above getting there, really, because the market is going to get there. So I'll come back obviously once we get to the profit level. So we're just over 15,000 at the moment. So, but yeah, so I'll pause this video and I'll come back. Hello traders, welcome back. So as we can clearly see, the market is quickly rising to my take profit level, which is around the top end of this channel. But obviously, like I said, the market now is between the 127 and the 141 extension. So if I see any sign of a reversal, then I would close my trade. But I'm only just 10 pips away from my take profit level, just over 10 pips away from it. So in terms of the account, if we bring it up, we can see, yeah, just a profit of around $21,000, which is yeah, exactly 50% of the account. So I'm gonna pause this video obviously, and hopefully I'll come back before the market hits the take profit level. Hello traders, so as we can see, the market is clearly still slowly climbing up to that profit level, and obviously we're still about just about 8 pips, just 8 pips from the take profit level. And yeah, so let's see if the market is going to give us a take profit level in the next few minutes. Let me put it on the 5-minute chart and see. Yeah, there's a bit of resistance, you know, around that level. That's why, you know, because there's a previous structure. It always happens once the market gets to the previous structure. We do see some kind of a resistance from that level. So if I don't get that spike up now to the profit level, I might just close it out, really. Let's see if it's gonna get there. It's okay, well, what more can I say about this this strategy as we wait for this market to get to the take profit level? This is probably a strategy that not too many people are familiar with, because it requires, there's a lot of, you know, it's, I wouldn't say it's complicated, but it's something that you really have to take your time to learn and understand how. Like I said, there's different behaviors to this type of contractions. There's different types of contractions, and all of them behave differently. And you have to understand, if you're able to study these contraction patterns, then it's going to be a lot easier for you to trade like this. This was a trade that there was no kind of, you know, trade that wasn't going to put you through any emotional stress, because as you guys have seen, since I placed the trade, the market has virtually been in profit for the whole time. And obviously in terms of the risk to reward ratio, having a risk to reward ratio of close to 2 to 1. So that's really amazing. So as we see, the market is just 4 pips, 5 pips away from the take profit level. So we might actually get the market hit and take profit level without me actually closing it manually, which obviously shows discipline. But at the end, so, you know, sometimes it can be adjusted. Like I said, sometimes you have to just watch price action, because you don't want to be living more. Because at this point in time, like I said, the market could reverse, because it's approaching, it's already at the structure level, previous structure level. So the market could reverse at any time. But I'm hoping it's gonna hit my take profit level before it does that. So yeah, 4 pips to go. There we are, 3 pips. Lucky we might get there. Yeah, so anyway, with the strategy, like I said, it takes a lot. This you know, it's not an easy strategy to understand, simply because, you know, contraction, there's different types of contraction, and if you look at each individual contraction, if you look at it separately, you're gonna see that the way they behave are totally different. I mean, that's one of the reasons why I'm doing these classes, to teach people how to understand this type of contractions, because you're not going to see people trade like this. You know, people use the normal, you know, strategies that they're not really going to make you money in trading, like resistance and support, you know, those kind of strategies. But you know, you have to be able to, that's why I said, I think it was one of my videos where I said, people, you need to learn to be open-minded and see things that, you know, try something new. And like I said, I'm gonna make an effort to try and start putting out videos like this, where I will be, you know, taking live trades on my trading account, and show you guys, you know, from the analysis and all the way, obviously, how you're going to be able to stay patient through the trade, and how you're going to be able to adjust to market conditions, because like I said, sometimes when price action changes, you have to be able to realize that. And if you don't have to be in a trade, you don't have to be in a trade. And so that's what it is. Trading, it's not about, you know, don't try to be stubborn. Like, for example, if the market is going against you, and you know you're wrong, you know, price action tells you that the market trend has changed, there's no point in being stubborn and holding on to your losses. But obviously that's a lesson that's you know, it's very difficult to kind of learn, especially with new traders. You know, I mean, I've been there myself, you know, making that mistake of just holding on to your losses in hopes that the market is going to turn and hit your profit, but it never does. You know, it always ends in this, almost always ends in the same results of, you know, the market kind of burning your trading account. Yeah, but like I said, in this case, if you have a strategy that gives you a risk to reward ratio of, you know, more than 1.5 to 1, even 2 to 1 at least, then you know, most times if you're disciplined enough, then, you know, you only need to win half of your trades really in order to be successful. But like I said, every single trade is different. You know, people shouldn't tell you that every single trade is the same. Every single trade is different, because if you study the behaviors, the behaviors of the patterns, you will see, you know, some trades, you know, but obviously you have to do your back testing and everything in order to understand which ones are going to give you the right kind of which trades have the highest probability of giving you profit, because those are the kind of trades you want to be, you know, risking a lot more than usual of your account. So doesn't look like this market wants to give me this, wants to hit my take profit level. I mean, 4 pips, but it's taking its time. Like I said, you know, if you know the trades that have the highest probability, it's all about money management is very important in this game. So yeah, just a pip, 2 pips, 1 pip. Yeah, I think we're gonna get there now. There we go. So you can see the market just hit our take profit level. A cool $24,000, taking my account balance to around 66,000. So this is it, guys. I mean, it's this is the whole strategy basically. You know, I've shown you guys how you can, you know, take the analysis, you know, and analyze the market. You know, I've shown you guys where the expectation is, because actually this is a trade I've been watching for a few days, you know, just waiting for the market to, you know, because ever since this move happened here, I knew I was gonna be taking the trade sometime soon. It's all about the waiting for the whole process for the market to complete all the technical specifications that I'm looking for before taking a trade. And this is actually a trade that we've taken, me and my WhatsApp trading group have taken. So you know, you've seen this is what it is, guys. From the analysis to the execution and the trade management, and sticking to a rule. Like, you know, all through you see the way I've stuck with my rules, just kind of, even when it's time to move my stop loss to break even, it's waiting for the market to give you clear signals, you know. And also you have to be able to understand price action, because this was very important. You know, if you give a newbie traders trading this, they would have struggled to understand this kind of correction here. A correction that, you know, is good, because the longer this market stays in, the higher it will go. You know, this, I wouldn't be surprised if this market breaks high and keeps going all the way up. But my plan, my aim, my trade strategy is take my profit at the previous structure, because that already gave me a 2-to-1 risk to reward ratio. So it's all about the trade management, you know, waiting, you know. So there's a lot of things. I just hope you guys have seen so many, like, you know, things that you need to be able to perfect in order to be a trader that generates profit consistently. So it's not about placing it, like clicking a button and placing a trade. It takes seconds, you know, anybody can do that. But the analysis part, the understanding market structure, planning your trade and being able to manage it, the execution, the risk to reward ratio, money management, and the patience to let your profit run and hit your target. There's just so many things. So I hope this video is helpful. Like I say, if you like this video, just hit the thumbs up button and leave a comment below. Like I said, if you do like it, then I will try and make an effort to post this kind of videos of me, you know, taking live trades. Hopefully that's going to help you guys. And if you're interested in, you know, learning strategies like this, then, you know, just head over to my website, you know, and join me in my Zoom trading classes, which I host every Mondays and Fridays. Or if you're just interested in, you know, getting trade signals or trade posts like this one, then yeah, you can join my WhatsApp group as well. Because this is the kind of trades I post to them. So yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next video.